Hello everyone, my name is Ankit Garg from BCom 3rd, Student Coordinator of Innovation Cell of SGGS College, Chandigarh. Our team organized an essay writing competition on the occasion of Intellectual Property Day on the topic Powering Change, Women in Innovation and Creativity on 30th April 2021. In 2000, WIPO's member state designated April 26, the day on which WIPO convention came into force in 1970, as World IP Day with the aim of increasing general understanding of intellectual property, that is IP. Since then, World IP Day has offered an unique opportunity each year to join with the others around the globe to consider how IP contributes to flourishing of music and art and to driving technological innovation that shape our world. We are glad to get enthusiastic response from our students. There are 54 entries from students from several colleges from Chandigarh, Punjab, and Haryana. The winners were awarded the certificate of achievement, and we asked the winners to share their own videos speaking their essays. So the winners were Niharika, Ritik Bansal, and Pahul Singh. So here are the videos of the winning participants.
I am Niharika Rai, a student of MSc Biotechnology, GGTSD College, Sector 32, Chandigarh, and this is my essay on Powering Change, Women in Innovation and Creativity. Azal me miyan vatar, tell me more, father, said the little girl with wonderstruck eyes, treading on the pavement of streets of Vienna. Her father smiled, noticing the beautiful irony of his daughter's interest in the mechanics of a printing machine amidst a war. Why was a 5-year-old child asking her father to tell her how the nuts and bolts assemble a machine? The answer was simple. She wanted to dismantle the melodious music box which was given to her upon turning 4. She was curious to see if she understands her music box the way it understands her. Obviously, in the 5-year-old's sense of, look, it tirelessly plays my favorite song. That little girl grew up to be Hedy Lamarr, an innovator and an artist born in 1914 in Germany. However, we must hop on to a journey to the end of this essay to know why she made the topical statement of this literary piece. For now, we steer to the prompt here, which makes us ponder, where do women stand in the rapidly widening domain of intellectual property? The UK Intellectual Property Office data was analyzed for the proportion of women inventors spanning from 1950 to 2018 by a BBC data analyst, and it was inferred that only 13% women constituted the global patents. That makes it 1,84,600 in 1.42 million. In simpler terms, significantly less. The next question that naturally follows is why? Are women not innovative enough? Are they not aware? Or are they simply exploited? The answer to all those questions is a little bit of everything and more. The patent system was developed in 20th century for citizens worldwide, although there are patent-like documents which have been found from 15th century. Moving forward on this timeline, the World Intellectual Property Organization was formed in 1967. Around the same time, the Indian Patent Act was also put together, and many countries, along with India, joined to provide innovators the rights they deserved. Meanwhile, a huge number of innovators were struggling, comprehending this new system, and opted to avoid all the hassle and live with this decision. Most of them were our creative foremothers. It is no surprise that it was not considered for women to be scholars or educated in earlier times, which might be the reason why it was not thought of them to be mainstream innovators. In addition to that, they were seldom included in combat sports for a variety of reasons. It becomes crucial to mention here the names of Ying Mui and Jean Villepreux, one who invented an ancient form of Kung Fu and the other a self-taught marine biologist who is credited for the invention of aquarium. Then came the Industrial Revolution, from which stemmed a notion from the STEM lords that it was not unnatural for women to be underrepresented here. However, sometimes you must ponder, was it really this bad, or did we unintentionally, in the hands of a bigoted society, left these inventors from those glorious lists? It turns out that there were women who were fiercely reigning STEM fields. We are talking about Caroline Herschel, Dr. V.R. Lalitambika, and Dr. Sangamitra Bandyopadhyay, who have mastered the fields of astronomy, mathematics, statistics, and rocket science. Herschel, who had discovered thousands of celestial objects with basic tools, Dr. Lalitambika, who was one of the instigators in India's Gaganyaan mission, or Dr. Sangamitra, the director of Indian Statistical Institute, never whined about being oppressed. Instead, they realized the futility of getting involved in the gender blame game. The important lesson here to learn is that the heated debates and aggravated blog posts on social media, shaming and stereotyping men for atrocities of the past, sometimes even with baseless allegations, is not going to help anyone. The solution lies on the other side of the door, which must be opened with liberal minds. Few suggestions that can be worked upon are increasing incentives for researchers and making fellowships more inclusive, a link between education institutes and periodical exposure of the ongoing projects in incubation centers for students, providing the atmosphere to perceive all the information. Improvement is required to present these fields as gender-neutral professions. If we go deeper, teaching the IP subjects in schools and challenging the students to come up with their startup ideas. Coming to the surface, outsourcing the tasks of IP application for the applicant and making the procedure more accessible. We must acknowledge that the solutions are to benefit every inventor, shunning the gender gap and the disparity here itself. Another point to be noted here is that the execution is a real linchpin in the whole plan. Mike Tyson once said, "Everybody has a plan till they get punched in the face." But this age is different. This age has people who have learned lessons and come along a way to claim what they deserve, like the Kid of the Year, Gitanjali Rao. In conclusion, the words of Alice Walker come to the mind. The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. It is an era of rediscovering and redefining our powers and catalyzing the change. The first step to that is creating awareness. But what happened to little Hidi? Well, she became an audacious actress, gave the streamlined shape of aircrafts, and the concept which is essentially running the world right now, Wi-Fi. All started by flicking a spark of curiosity and little encouragement. Let us hope we open our little musical boxes too someday. Thank you.
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम ऋतिक बंसल है और मेरा विषय महिलाओं में रचनात्मकता एवं अभूतपूर्ण अभिनव कौशल है। रचनात्मकता यानी कि क्रिएटिविटी। ये प्रकृति हर पल पुरानी चीजों के पुनर्निर्माण के लिए और नई चीजों की नवरचना के लिए तत्पर रहती है, और यही भाव हम मनुष्यों में भी है, क्योंकि हम प्रकृति से ही पैदा हुए हैं। हम भी पुरानी चीजों का पुनर्निर्माण और नई चीजों की नवरचना का जो हम लोगों के अंदर भाव है, इसको रचनात्मकता कहते हैं, अंग्रेजी में क्रिएटिविटी। और हम सबको ज्ञात है कि महिलाओं में रचनात्मकता ये गुण परमात्मा की अभूतपूर्ण देन है। खाना बनाने से लेकर घर को सजाने तक, बच्चों को पढ़ाने से लेकर बच्चों को बड़ा करने तक, ये रचनात्मकता ही तो है। ये महिलाओं का अभूतपूर्ण कौशल है। इसको मैं एक उदाहरण के साथ आपके समक्ष प्रस्तुत करूंगा। हम संसार में ये देखते हैं कि जिस घर में साधनों की कमी है, उस घर में भी एक गृहिणी घर को अच्छे से चला लेती है। और हम यहाँ पर यह भी देखते हैं कि मान लीजिए किसी घर में साधनों की कोई कमी नहीं है, लेकिन उस घर में गृहिणी नहीं है, तो घर की स्थिति कैसे डामाडोल हो जाती है। अब इससे ज्यादा महिलाओं के अभूतपूर्व कौशल और रचनात्मकता का क्या प्रमाण हो सकता है। यहां बात हुई उद्यमी महिलाओं की, जो व्यवसाय में है या बाहर नौकरी करती है। अब बात आती है गृहिणियों को इस रचनात्मकता की श्रेणी से कैसे जोड़ा जाए। इसमें कोई शक नहीं है कि हर एक महिला, या मैं यूं कहूं हर एक जीव में रचनात्मकता ईश्वर ने दी है, लेकिन इस रचनात्मकता को उभारा कैसे जाए, इसे संसार के आगे लेकर कैसे आया जाए, बात इस पर हम करेंगे। हाल ही में जमाना बहुत आगे बढ़ा है, सोच हमारी सोच में काफी बदलाव हुआ, लेकिन आज भी ऐसे क्षेत्र हैं जिसमें महिलाओं को उच्चतम शिक्षा से वंचित रखा जाता है। महिलाओं को विवाह के बाद नौकरी करने की आज्ञा नहीं होती, और इस चीज में जो महिलाएं हैं उनके सपने और उनका जो कौशल है वो दबा रह जाता है। और यही महिलाएं आगे आने वाली जो नारियां हैं उनके सामने भी उदाहरण ये रखती हैं कि जो आज छात्राएं हैं या बालिकाएं हैं वो भी ये सोचने पे, विचार करने पे मजबूर हो जाती हैं कि क्या हमें हमारी पसंद का जीवन जीने को मिलेगा, क्या हम अपने सपनों को पूरा कर पाएंगे। मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा कि भारत ही नहीं समग्र विश्व में प्रौद्योगिक क्षेत्र में महिलाओं ने बहुत उन्नति करी है। जो लोग महिलाओं को आज भी अधिकारों से उनके वंचित रखते हैं, उनकी सोच सिर्फ इतनी होती है कि बाहर का जो माहौल है वो खराब है। हम सब जानते हैं कि बाहर का माहौल खराब था और आज भी है, और अगर हम चाहते हैं कि आगे इसमें बदलाव लाया जाए तो इसमें दोष उन माता पिता का है जो अपने पुत्रों को सही और गलत की जानकारी नहीं देते, जो उनको सही और गलत निर्णय लेने का जो विवेक है वो प्रदान करने में असक्षम रह जाते हैं, ना कि उन महिलाओं का जो घर से बाहर कदम रख के अपने सपनों को पूरा करना चाहते हैं। और यहां पर सबसे बड़ी जो चीज है जो आज हमें देखने को मिलती है कि टेक्नोलॉजी ने इतनी उन्नति कर ली है कि महिलाएं किसी नौकरी की या व्यवसाय की भी मोहताज नहीं है। मैं आपको उदाहरण देना चाहूंगा कि YouTube, जहां पर लाखों महिलाओं ने अपना चैनल खोल रखा जिससे वो अपने ज्ञान और कौशल को संसार के सामने लेके आते, चाहे वो कौशल खाना बनाने का हो, लोगों को हंसाने का हो, लोगों को पढ़ाने का हो, या कोई नई चीज सिखाने का हो। दो उदाहरण मैं आपको देना चाहूंगा, जो दो महिला यूट्यूबर आज विश्व की करोड़ों महिलाओं के लिए मिसाल आज साबित हो रही है, लिली सिंह और कवितास किचन। ऐसी न जाने कितनी महिला यूट्यूबर्स हैं जो अपने घर पर ही रहकर आज करोड़ों महिलाओं की मिसाल बन चुकी है, जो अपने ज्ञान के माध्यम से, अपनी रचनात्मकता के माध्यम से न केवल अपनी जीविका अच्छे प्रकार से चला रही हैं, उन्होंने विश्व में ख्याति भी प्राप्त की है और अपने जैसी लाखों महिलाओं को भी प्रेरित किया अपने घर से ही कुछ करने का। और जो लोग ये सोच रखते हैं कि महिलाओं का काम केवल घर पर रहना है, घर का काम करना है और ये हमारी संस्कृति है, तो वो लोग गलत है। ये मेरे देश की, ये मेरे आर्यवर्त की संस्कृति कभी भी नहीं थी। महिलाओं को हीन भावना से देखना मेरे आर्यवर्त में कभी भी, मेरी आर्यवर्त की संस्कृति में ये चीज नहीं थी। हमारे आर्यवर्त में महिलाओं को शिक्षा अनिवार्य थी। जो महिलाएं क्षत्रिय परिवेश से आती थी उनको युद्ध कौशल, तलवारबाजी, घुड़सवारी, तीरंदाजी ये सब अनिवार्य था। मेरे आर्यवर्त में महर्षि गार्गी और महर्षि मैत्री जैसी विद्वान कन्याएं हुई, जिन्होंने वेद तक लिखे हैं, और उनके लिखे हुए वेद, उनके लिखे हुए मंत्र आज तक इतने लाखों साल बाद भी ज्यों के त्यों सारा विश्व पालन करते आ रहा है। तो मैं अपने सभी भाइयों से, सभी लोगों से यही मेरा अनुरोध है कि आप कभी भी आकलन एक महिला का कम ना करें। महिलाओं में रचनात्मकता और कौशल अभूतपूर्ण देन है, उसकी कोई कमी नहीं है। अगर आपकी बहन, बेटी, माता या अर्धांगिनी जीवन में कुछ करना चाहती है, अपने सपनों को पूरा करना चाहती है, तो आप उसकी ढाल बनिए, बजाय कि उनके रास्ते की अड़चन बनने की। धन्यवाद।
Powering Change, Women in Innovation and Creativity by Pahul Singh Jolly. Creativity and innovation are not synonymous. Creativity is the use of imagination to bring any idea in existence, and innovation is to put any new method or an idea into use. Someone has said, women are the largest untapped reservoir of talent in the world, and whenever this latent talent has been explored, innovation has engulfed the world as the sun rises on the dark earth and the world becomes easy to comprehend. Any change in the world is necessitated by a need. A woman seeks to change the world through innovation as a way to provide ease on a macro level. There are various examples as old as time, such as Stephanie Wallach inventing a heat-resistant material known as Kevlar in 1965, which is used in bulletproof vests even today. In the area of creativity as well, women like Jane Austen propounded a fresh style of writing, stimulating thousands of minds across the world, and she still continues to captivate thousands of readers today as well. Women are wired to work in a manner that it ultimately leads to the greater good, and if there are any negative implications in the whole process, a woman would continue the task at hand, taking it all in her stride. Marie Curie, in her pursuit to define the theory of radioactivity, passed away. The whole process of creativity continues in women regardless of their educational qualifications or work life. Creativity is involuntary to females as breathing is to the human body. They are capable of playing any role, the role of a mother, a sister, or a friend, and can still continue to innovate. Every single female, whether recognized by the world or not, innovates at any possible opportunity, such as turning a piece of old or torn clothing into something modern and stylish, helping their children in making various models for science or art projects. It can be witnessed in the most basic tasks like reorganizing things to save space. It can even be seen in the way a woman cooks. Every single one of them has her own signature style. There has been a shift in the paradigm of changes women have brought over the years, from women getting voting rights to entering various fields which are assumed to be male-dominated, such as technology or entrepreneurship. Women are out there in those fields, being the change and bringing the change, inspiring millions of other women to come forward and unleash their creative self. There are various names such as Bill Gates or Steve Jobs in the world of technology, but many are not cognizant of the significant contribution of women without which the world would not be the same. These include Marissa Mayer, who was the first female engineer of the famous search engine Google, and she had done various innovations to keep the search engine in its current position. In 1971, Dr. Edna Hoover created a patent which would help phone operations during busy hours. Without her invention, there would have been a lot of calls which would have been dropped. Similarly, in the field of entrepreneurship, women have helped the economy grow and change the face of the business world. Coco Chanel, the French designer, who popularized a certain standard of style in post-World War I scenario, to Huda Kattan, the famous makeup artist who is the founder of Huda Beauty makeup range, and the Indian entrepreneur Falguni Nair, founder of Nykaa Cosmetics, left her job to realize her dream of owning a business. Earlier, there were only a few women who came forward, but now the world is changing, and due to this, more concrete steps are being taken by women to live an independent life. The self-help group started by women in rural areas is also an innovation to pool in savings for any project which generates both income and employment. They have found a way to spread their skill of handicrafts, weaving, even pickle making to a larger audience. Women empowerment and gender equality help various females from different backgrounds to come forward to find themselves through various creative aspects and ventures. Even in the time of a pandemic, women have brought the creativity and such as growing organic vegetables in old utensils. A woman can tie various tasks together, multitask, and find innovative solutions to perplexing problems. The days of stereotyping women as less creative or innovative are fading fast, but there is still the need to encourage, nurture, and cherish their zeal to create something pristine. The new often needs support to convert it into something powerful and impactful. For better empowerment, small steps are to be taken, like easier finance options for women, easy access to various courses to polish their knowledge and skill, and to introduce those pioneers of change to the demands of time. This can go a long way to evolve and accelerate the changes envisioned by women. A woman is someone who innovates like it is second nature to her. This part of her never stops. It always looks for an opening to envelop its surroundings with the splendor of its imagination. It might not be comprehensible to many, but it does not reduce its novelty. It only pushes her to do more and to be more. She is not limited to just one field. She conquers various fields, even those which might be considered out of reach for men. If more power is given to women, every person around them can bask in their glory. Empowering women is a security for a better future. A woman is someone who is symbolic of peace, harmony, prosperity. If these creators and innovators are given adequate opportunities, a breakthrough can occur, as women not only take into account the present scenario, rather they have the foresight to see the consequences of any innovation. Hence, the cranial power is not abused but is completely utilized. It can be easily concluded that innovation and creativity are not synonymous to each other, but the features of these two words are synonymous to women. Thank you.